Good morning, everybody. In a surprising twist to nobody, a Black Lives Matter activist spent over 200 grand in donations on personal expenses, according to the FBI. Let's read a little bit more. The FBI has arrested the founder of Black Lives Matter group in Atlanta on fraud and money laundering charges. Sir Major Page, 32, was accused Friday of misappropriating 200,000 in donations that he solicited through Facebook on behalf of Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta. Fox News reported. There's a picture of him right there. The irony. Um, Page was arrested in Toledo and released on bond after appearing before a judge via video. He did not immediately return messages Saturday from Fox News. So, looks like this guy thought that it would be beneficial to um, benefit and commit fraud charges and pretty much sucker up his own race there, like his own, undermine his own principles, his own justice, his own. God, this is ridiculous. The Toledo FBI office opened an investigation last year after cooperating witnesses submitted a fraud complaint against Page, whose real name is Tyree Conyers Page. Page founded a Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta in 2016, and this year took in more than $466,000 in donations June, July, and August. Of course, exploitation. In some, Page had spent over $200,000 on personal items generated from donations via BLMGA Facebook with no identifiable purchase or expenditure for social or racial justice. You think that's his goal? Social and racial justice? No, man. He's a grifter, just like a lot of these other people uh, using these Black Lives Matter movement to make money. I mean, there's so many people that I can point to on Twitter. I don't even have a Twitter right now because I can't stand going on anywhere from Juicy Smollett to Sean Woods, I believe his name is. He's a grifter. I mean, LeBron James is starting to be a grifter. So we'll see what's going on. According to the Bureau, Page also used $112,000 of the donated money to purchase a nice house for him in Toledo, Ohio. Smart guy. So while everybody is in Atlanta, he's like, I'm out of Atlanta. I'm going to Ohio. All right. All right. Um, Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta could not solicit donations after losing its tax exempt charity status in 2019. So this guy was already, for a better part of a year, uh, committing fraud on his own people, on his own movement. I mean, this is the type of stuff that when you say support Black Lives movements, nah, no thank you. Not when stuff like this is going on. Not when all around people are rioting and then being broken out of, well, I would say broken, but then being bailed out of jail by the Democrats. Um, no, this is a bigger part of the problem, to where people within the black community keep each other down. You know, this happens throughout. Let me make this clear. This is not a specific moment where this doesn't happen to other people. It does. White people swindle each other out. Hispanics swindle each other out of money. Everybody swindles each other out of money. Every race swindles other races and their own race out of money. But what makes this guy's situation particularly egregious is that he exploited a movement, especially a movement right now that is so controversial and so divisive in America, when it comes to the tanking support of Black Lives Matter, the tanking support of the Democrats, and the tanking support overall of what they represent. Just because we can see the news, guys, we can see that there's political unrest, we can see that you guys are flipping out, and we're not okay with it. We haven't gotten into the to the point where people are defending themselves yet, but I think that time is quickly coming. I think the time of inaction and stuff like that. I don't think, and this is just my personal opinion. Of course, this isn't real. I don't think the leftists want this fight. I hear a lot of them saying they do, but I think when it comes down to it and things start happening and people start fighting back, I think all of a sudden we're going to see a lot more victims. We're going to see a lot more people complaining about, I was just walking through the street trying to burn my flag and destroy my property, and somebody came up and stopped me. Yeah, somebody is going to stop you, and hopefully somebody should stop you soon. Right now, this is just a bump in the wave where I guess you could say it's the battle of the bulge. You guys have managed to break through a little bit, but we're going to push you back, and we're going to surround what we need to surround and protect our infrastructure, and we're going to make sure that our United States Constitution and our United States as a whole stays together. If you want to continue protesting, if you want to bring about change, I am okay with change. I'm not going to be one of those persons, but I am not going to be forced into change by the threat of violence. I'm not going to be forced into change by anybody who's saying, if you don't, I will. If you don't tell you what I think you, if you don't say what I tell you to say, if you don't think what I tell you to think, I'm going to come for your livelihood. I say, bring it. If you want to come for my livelihood, then I'll come for yours. And if we need to, then I mean, I don't know what do you want me to do? You need to stop too. I don't care about what you go and you promote or anything. This guy, Sir Major, only thing I care about is that this guy is out there protesting Black Lives Matter and then exploiting his own people. That's the only thing I care about here in this situation, the hypocrisy. And I will continue to call out the hypocrisy in the Black Lives Matter movement as I see it fit. God, please, I'm not going to let this continue. Normal Americans are not going to let this continue. I am going to speak up. I don't support this movement. I don't think this movement has done anything positive in terms of helping people as a whole. I'm sure there's pockets and areas and stuff, but I don't see. I think this has become an antagonistic movement where people are starting to lose, support. At a public support is at an all-time low for Black Lives Matter. My support is gone. I was the George Floyd situation. I was there, man. I was pretty upset. I'm not there anymore. And I'm not there anymore because of the past months of crying and yelling and rioting and looting. I'm so sorry. That instance is just, and if you look at me and say I'm losing the bigger picture, you've drowned out the bigger picture. Not me. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell these people. They don't see it for what it is. They don't see their wrongs. They don't see the errors of their ways. And they're going to continue. I think things are going to continue getting worse until, something happens. What it is, I don't know. But for now, prepare yourselves. Prepare for whatever it is that you might be. I'm starting to pick up a lot more outdoor activities, hunting, survivalists, and surviving and whatnot. I wouldn't tell you with any uncertainty right now to not that should be your priority. Building up some skills. If you're a city dweller like myself, you should start learning a little bit more about how to find food, how to find water, how to build a fire, because these people want to burn the system down. And the way I see it, the TikTokers are only getting worse, the social media is only getting worse. So unless we can pull that in, we can rein that in, we could rein some of that vitriol in, because it's just far too crazy. We need to keep some foreign actors out, and I think we'll be okay. But if it continues going the way it's going, the Democrats keep lying, the Hollywood, the leftist people with, everything keeps going the way it's going, I don't know, man. We'll have to see. But that's all for this particular section, this particular content. I wanted to go ahead and just, show a little bit of the hypocrisy that goes on around the nation and around the world, with people supporting Black Lives Matter and then turning around and exploiting their own people. Well, thank you very much for checking out this episode of the Liberal Red Pill, guys. I hope you guys I hope to see you in the next one. If you have any comments, likes, please leave them down on the video. Any improvements I can make, like my voice, whatever the case is, give me a shout out. Let me know what I can do better, and I will do my best to do better. Thank you very much for checking this out again, and be safe wherever you are and whatever you do.